Happy St. Patrick's Day, beauties! Okay, so this is probably one of my favorite holidays, and I feel like I say that about every holiday, but I'm half Irish, and I love corned beef and potatoes and beer, and who doesn't? So I wanted to create a look that was wearable and inspirational to St. Patrick's Day. Oh yeah. So I used a lot of Makeup Geek products and the Kathleen Lights palette because I've been loving the Kathleen Lights palette, and there's a killer green in the Kathleen Lights palette, and I feel like I'm talking so fast that I'm out of breath. But anyway, so I created this really simple eye look, and I paired it with rose nudie beige, not beige, this is not beige, this is not a beige lip, rose nudie type lip. But I totally encourage you to wear it with green lips. I was going to do this this tutorial with green lips, but I didn't get my liquid lipstick in time, and I really wanted to get this out before St. Patrick's Day. So I really need to like just slow down and breathe. So let's go ahead and jump in. This isn't full face. I could just kind of base it around eyes and lips today and highlight as well. But so let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so we're going to start out with the Morphe E15 brush, and I'm just going to use it with the shade Sand Dollar by Makeup Geek Cosmetics. I'm going to put a base over my primer. Now this is something you don't have to do, but I prefer doing this. And the E15 brush is absolutely perfect. It's big, it's thick, it's fluffy, and it's going to get you as much of that full coverage that you want all over your lid and leaving you with a great base to continue the rest of your look. By the way, the primer that I put on before Sand Dollar was Benefit Cosmetics Stay Don't Spray, and that's the primer I'm going to be using throughout this look. Okay, so next we're going to be using the Sigma E40 as our blending brush, and I'm going to mix it with this kind of pukey looking color and this orangey clay color from the Kathleen Lights palette as our first transition shade. And of course, we can't forget about that tape. We want this look to have a fresh cut, defined lines, but if tape is too harsh for you and your skin, you can always use eye makeup remover or powder as a line definer. Now we're going to use this Sigma brush to blend these colors evenly in a windshield wiper motion, inner crease and slightly above the crease to ensure an even blend. Now I'm going to be taking the shade Havoc by Makeup Geek Cosmetics, which looks like this grayy brown color with green specks, but when you swatch it, it has more of an orangey brown shade to it, but still has those beautiful gleaming green specks. So we're going to take that same Sigma brush and with a minimal amount of product, add this shade to our crease, still using the windshield wiper motion. And because this shade has that orangey brown color, it's going to be a great add-on transition shade from what we began with. Next, we are going to use the Sigma E70 medium angled shading brush to go in with the color Mocha by Makeup Geek Cosmetics, which is exactly what it is called, a beautiful mocha brown shade to really go in our crease and define the natural curve of our eyes. I'm going to take the brush and sweep it across the deepest part of my crease, and then continuing with that windshield wiper motion to really blend in all these shades smoothly together. I really want this look to look blended together and almost like they fell onto my lid in an ombre type of look, if that makes sense. I feel like I said look like 37 times. Now going back with the primer Stay Don't Spray by Benefit Cosmetics. I like to use the travel size for this next step because it fits perfectly on my lid. And for this step, we want to cover only our lid, nothing else, and cover up some of the fallout from our crease. To help do this precisely, I am using the Morphe M705 brush, mainly because of its shape. I love this triangle point, and this is probably one of my favorite brushes ever. If you watch my favorite February favorites, you know this. You want to sweep the primer across the lid, covering up any fallout that might have been there from the crease colors, going back and forth from inner to outer corner. Next, using Morphe's M560 brush, I'm going to be using the Makeup Geek's shade Venom, this beautiful rich hunter green with specks of gold to highlight the inner and outer corner of the lid, creating a spotlight effect. Starting in the inner corner, I want to work this shade all the way up on top of the lid, closer to the crease and across to the outer corner, leaving the middle of the lid alone. We really want this inner and outer corner to be defined and pigmented. So don't be afraid to go back and add more product if you feel it isn't dark enough or isn't as pigmented, because we really want those inner and outer corners to be darker and more defined than the rest of the lid. We also want to make sure that the top of the lid and the crease blend nicely together, going back and forth in a windshield wiper motion. Now I'm going to take the Morphe M561 brush, and I'm going to go in with this gorgeous, perfect for St. Patrick's Day green in the Kathleen Lights palette. Like, look at how gorgeous this shade is. It is the perfect shade of green. I'm going to slide the product right onto my brush, and then I'm just going to glide the shade right down the center of my lid, trying to keep as much of this color as possible in the center of the eye. Going back with the Morphe M560 brush and the shade Venom, I'm going to highlight over the inner and outer corners and the crease, blending Venom into the crease along with the green Kathleen Light shade to make sure that it all looks smoothly placed on the eye and nothing is too harsh and sticking out. And then I'm going to take my finger, going back in with the Kathleen Lights green, and just dab it in the center of my lid, making it super pigmented. Now using Makeup Geek Cosmetics Loose Pigments in Afterglow, I absolutely love this champagne gold shade. I'm going to be using the same brush that I used for the Kathleen Lights Green, the M561 Morphe brush. And with the most amount of minimal product, just from the cap alone, I'm going to slide my brush inside the inner cap and just take the most amount of minimal product and dab it on top of the center of my eyelid. And if you grab too light of a product, don't be afraid to go back into the pigment and pick up more, but just go small amounts at a time because this is super pigmented pigment. And so I don't want it to take away from any of the green shades that I have on my lid. This is just going to add like that extra glow, that extra pop to these shades. Now going in with Rapunzel by Makeup Geek Cosmetics, I'm going to take my pencil brush by Sigma and highlight the inner corner of my eye along with my brow bone. And I'm going to start the highlight of my brow bone in the natural crease or arch and blend it out and in from the beginning of end of my brow bone. And now the moment you've been waiting for, rip off that tape, girl. Now moving on to the lower lash line, we're going to be using a Morphe M559 brush, and we're going to be going in with this brownie shade in the Kathleen Lights palette. And I'm just going to do like the first third of my lash line, starting from the outer corner. I don't want to go too far down my lash line because I'm going to go back with the same brush with the shade Venom and kind of blend both shades together down towards the middle of my lash line, but stopping in the middle because we're going to go back with one more color and kind of create like an ombre effect on our lower lash line. Now switching brushes to the Morphe M432 brush, which is very similar to the last brush we just used. We're going to be going in with the Kathleen Lights green and completing the rest of our lash line, blending in all three shades together, creating that smooth ombre effect on our lower lash line, but this shade will just give it a nice little pop at the end. We really want to focus the blending on the outer corner of the lower lash line because we will have three different shades right there. So just kind of sweep back and forth with that brush and then go back in with that detail crease brush by Morphe and just kind of blend all across the lower lash line. Alright, so I'm going to give my lashes a quick curl with my Tarte eyelash curler. And then I'm going to take my MAC 263 brush, which is one of my favorite eyeliner brushes, and I'm going to spray it with Mario Badescu's facial spray in the Cucumber Aloe scent, which is new. It just came out and I absolutely love it and it smells delicious. And I'm going to go in with that brownie shade from Kathleen Lights, and I'm just going to line my eye as close to the lash line as possible. I don't want anything too dramatic because this eye is very poppy and has a lot of color to it, so I don't want to take away from that. If I have any fallout, I'm going to brush it away because I've already done my face makeup and I have powder on. So doing the powder underneath the eyes not only helps with setting your under eye, but it also helps with fallout if you're going to do your eye makeup after. So following the lash line as close as possible, I'm going to add just a little minor cat eye following that cut to fine line that we got from the tape. And then I'm going to go in on my lashes with Covergirl Lash Blast Mascara in like a brownie black. And I don't know why, but I've had so much trouble with my camera wanting to focus on the things that I want it to focus. Okay, I'm going to go throw on my lashes. Be right back. Do you ever do your eyebrows and there's that one hair that just doesn't want to listen and you're just like, listen, tough guy. Like, you're going to go where I tell you to or you're going to get like plucked. Because that just happened to me. Okay, so I went ahead and put on the Sephora collection Luxe False Lash in Quill. And I did my brows real quick, and now I'm going to line the inside of my, okay, for some reason that keeps wanting to focus there, but it needs to focus on me. Please focus on me, thank you. For some reason my camera's been wanting to focus on that. The drawer's open, everyone knows that. That right behind me instead of focusing on me, and it's not okay. Also, for some reason I feel like in my mirror I don't look orange, but in my finder, my viewfinder, I look orange, so I don't know what that's about either. Yes, we're just trying to get in this St. Patrick's Day spirit. But okay, adding some dimension now. I'm going to take my MAC Swiss Chocolate and my Morphe M523 brush, and I kind of go from side to side and then just dab it all around. And just create a light contour. And take whatever's left on the brush, contour the forehead, then go underneath. I like don't know what it is, but in my viewfinder I just look so like just not colored right. Hopefully I don't look like a complete Oompa Loompa in this video. As of right now in the viewfinder, it's not looking too good. So, alright, blush, 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 blush. I wanted to do Peaches by MAC, but it's a peach color. So it's probably gonna make me look more orange. Probably shouldn't do that. I want some new blush shades, so if you guys have been loving a certain blush, comment down below and let me know so I can try it out. I'm going to be using Dusty Rose. Like, come on. Okay, now we're focused. I'm going to be using Dusty Rose by Nars. Sorry if I keep looking in the viewfinder. I'm just like very self-conscious about this now. Okay, now I'm going to be using my Pearl palette and I'm just going to mix these two colors together. I'm absolutely in love with this, and one of my most favorite things about this palette is they're very buildable, and I love it. So I like to go in kind of like a circular motion, so that way instead of doing a sweep, that's a little bit of a harsh line for me, so I like to go in circular motions with my ABH brush and throw on my highlighter. And then I'm really weird. I like to put whatever's left on the brush, so like very minimal amount of products. I even shake off whatever's left and I'll just kind of like doop 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 on my forehead. So there's like a slight highlight on my center of my forehead, but like not really. So that is how I highlight. And I feel like now I don't look as orange. Like I guess maybe I just need to put the complete shebang together. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so I'm going to be using Kat Von D's Ludwig. I think I said that right. Oh. And then in the very center right before it dries. I do this pretty quick. I put on Sephora's number 33. Number 33 on the center of my lips to kind of give it like an ombre. I don't want to use the word ombre, but almost as if I like line my lips, giving it kind of the illusion that they kind of look bigger. One more thing before I forget. So after we put on the lashes, I kind of stuck with the brown because I didn't want to do like a dramatic eyeliner to take away from this unique look. But after we put on the lashes, I just took the same MAC 263 brush and dipped it in the black, and then just kind of like traced over where I put the false lashes. But yeah, so I hope you guys like today's look. Completely and utterly inspired by St. Patrick's Day. I am obsessing over this green shade in the Kathleen Lights palette, and I haven't used it at all. And when I went to go do this look, I kind of like already knew what colors I was going to use, and then I looked at the Kathleen Lights palette, so I was like, haha, we're adding you to this look. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. If you have these products at home, try out this look and let me know what you think. Let me know if you altered it or did something cooler than already is on my face. I would love to see it. Tag me on Instagram and I'll check it out, give it a like, you know. And don't forget to subscribe because I am going to be doing a giveaway soon, and to enter the giveaway you have to be subscribed anyway, so you might as well subscribe so you can know when my next video comes out and be entered into the giveaway. But I mean, it's totally your choice. I'm not holding you against your will to subscribe, but like, you should do it. Anyway, okay, so thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you all have a great St. Patrick's Day. Bye!